Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ruse Day Tuesday. I am your host, Ruth Ann Thompson with Geek Chic Promotions. So we're still building our way up to be doing all this. Thank you for everybody that's been joining our streams and signed up for our newsletter. We're gonna have a lot of exciting stuff coming your way, but we gotta talk about stuff to talk about because we're about to hit a little bit of a drought when it comes to our new content. Luckily, we have Ahsoka next week, oh my gosh, tomorrow we have Ahsoka. So we'll start talking about that on Nerd Rage, all that kind of fun stuff. So, but for now, I've been making a list of comic books to read, as well as TV shows to watch, that kind of stuff to discuss with you guys while we're dealing with the repercussions of the strike and really hoping that the strike gets resolved soon. Very much in support of all of our people. And then hello, Joshua, who is here. Oh, thank God work is killing me with boredom. Oh, good. I'm here to help. So today, if Joshua, I don't know if you've been catching up with some of the Superman stuff, but I wanted to talk about some of the Superman shows that I've been catching up with recently. So for those who don't know, when it comes to my history, when it comes to Superman in general, I remember as a kid, Superman never really clicked with me because it was hard to believe that there's just this super good guy who would come to our shitty planet and come help us for no reason except for out of the goodness of his heart. That didn't click for me. But then, X-Men did because they were, a little bit rougher around the edges, but they were still good. They might have been the anti-hero at first or a little bit of this, that, the other, but then they came out and they were incredible. So, but really, especially with the pandemic and everything that's going on in the world, socially, economically, with everything going on, I really love some Superman. And I feel like a lot of people have done Superman incorrectly with either they make him a little too human and or they make him too dumb. That's one thing I was really glad that they did with the new Supergirl show, years ago, especially those first three seasons. That's the thing about CW shows, always the first 3 seasons. But that Supergirl, I feel was the first time I saw Supergirl done correctly, where she's good without being ignorant and just dumb and just flighty, and that's one thing that's hard to do because we haven't seen a lot of good in our society lately. And what I'm really loving about the 2 shows of Superman I'm catching up on, so the newest, actually it works out as the newest anime show as well as the newest live action show. So let's talk about my adventures with Superman first. So this is the new animated show that's absolutely an anime. They're just kind of doing their own thing with how he is getting his powers, all that kind of stuff. We're focusing on his first couple years of interning at the Daily Planet. And they're doing a really great job of showing, this 21-year-old kid he's now learning his powers. He still hasn't figured out, he knows he's Superman now, so he's got the suit, but he still hasn't learned how to speak Kryptonian. So the videos of his father haven't clicked for him yet in this show. So they're going a very different way. I'm really loving it. I'm loving just showing how he becomes this just good guy who's just I want to help, and dealing with even all the other universes of different Superman already, because if you're watching it, I'm loving Lois. They're doing a really great job with the character of Lois in the last few iterations of her, and I'm really happy with that because sometimes they can get her very wrong. But I'm liking this young, spunky Lois who might be a little bit of trouble, but she is one of the things that's keeping Superman on his path. And we already have the Loises of other universes where it's a bad Superman, come and try to basically recruit her, but not into actually helping, because she this is the lowest form Lois, which is interesting, even though she has the best Superman. I'm loving it, all of it so far. And I'm looking forward to how this plays out. We're basically at one or 2 more episodes. We have 2 more episodes of the anime coming out, so we're very much in the cliffhanger. So I'll keep talking to you guys about it if you're also watching it with me. So definitely catch up so we can discuss further, because I as an anime fan as well as now a Superman fan, I think My Adventures with Superman is doing a really great job of showing Superman, making him contemporary, but without turning him into another Gen Z or millennial, you know what I mean? He's very much the Superman that we would have if he came today as like a 21-year-old kid. And I think they're doing a really great job of showing what it means to be good even in this society. Because like sometimes, you know, looking back at the old cartoons in the 50s, and of course, when you really look at those old cartoons, there's a lot of racism like put in there as well. But it seemed like it was a lot easier to be good, you know, back then. It seems so, you know, for this white passing person to be so good. And that's the other thing that's really interesting of this anime. Superman is the only, even though he's alien, he's the only white passing character in the whole show, and I love it. So really loving that show on like the very younger side and the like action packed, all that kind of stuff. So the other show that I'm absolutely adoring, and I'm, you know, again, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up on stuff. I've been traveling so much and I'm so behind on so many amazing things, which is the live action CW show of Superman and Lois. I never thought I was going to watch the show, and then a friend actually suggested it to me, and my goodness, it's so heartwarming. It is such a good Superman show because it's showing Superman being super at everything. Like, he's a really good dad. Like, this is very much focusing on their twins as well. He's a really good husband, like dealing with like everything with Lois is going through and all that kind of stuff. It's really good. And, you know, and the whole thing about like being a good father and being a good husband, sometimes it's just trying, you know, and it's amazing seeing a father figure, and they do a really great job because Lois's dad is also, the general is still involved in their lives, and you get to see this like, because the granddad wants to say how he feels they're supposed to parent the kids, and that like he needs to be focusing on saving the world, not being a father. He's like, that's my responsibility. Like, the kids can call for me whenever they want. Like, that is not, it's my responsibility. Do not put it on the kids to like, you know when to call their father or not. Like, those are my kids. And the way that Lois snaps back at her father being like, listen, you were a terrible father. I don't want to have this discussion with you. You don't get a say in how we parent our kids. And maybe people who are big Superman fans won't like the show because it is very much dealing with real life stuff. But then we get Superman moments. Like, I'm only, I think, like 8 or 10 episodes into the first season. Oh my goodness, some of the scenes that they do are so well done, and it brings me back to like kind of the heart of what Superman is. So like there's a moment that like, it doesn't have to be these huge multi-universe battles, like these really intense moments of like, so Superman is trying to catch this kid who got basically Kryptonian powers forced onto him using, what is it called? Kryptonite, something like Kryptonite X, something like that. It looks like a yellowish stone. So this kid has gotten these powers forced onto him. So he has super speed, super strength, but it's all like happening all at once, and he's freaking out. And he runs across, like, he's trying to like get away from Superman. Superman's like, I'm just trying to help you, just please stop. He runs across these train tracks where, because of the speed that he's going and how fast and all that kind of stuff, it actually like destroys like that little piece of train track as a train is trying to pass it. So Superman, and you see this all in like slow motion, like he catches the train and you see him using his heat vision to like fix all of the train tracks as he can and pulls the train back on and puts it on. But like the sequence that they do is so well done, and it really shows that like even something that wouldn't be like in an Avengers movie or even a League of I was about to say League of Extraordinary incorrect. The Justice League, like, it's not this huge battle, but it was this very specific thing, and he saved all those lives and everybody kept going, and then he went after the kid. And one thing that they're dealing with really well is having Superman have all these emotions, because like it's also done really well of mirroring one of the sons having the powers and also dealing with like, hey, teenage boy, you now have super strength. Like, how do you deal with those hormones and emotions and that rage that like kids get, like, let alone adults? And they mirrored the episode really well while where Superman is chasing down this kid, and he finally gets him to stop, and he's like, okay, I'm here to help, like, just like come with me. I'm not gonna send you back to DOA or whatever it is, because obviously he's freaking out about that, and he's like, you brought me to this place, and he's like, they're just trying to help you, but if that's a scary place, like, come with me, we'll figure something else out, like, please just come with me. And of course the DOA shows up, and what we know as the audience, but Superman doesn't know, is that Lois's dad, the general, was like, basically like, let's go to like the next step to be able to contain these super beings, so aka use Kryptonian bullets. So, you know, Superman is yelling to have nobody shoot, nobody do anything, like he's taking care of this. And then they start shooting live rounds at the kid, and he like gets in the way, protects them. But then one of the people shoots the like 4 Kryptonian bullets that hit him, and oh my God, his rage is so good. It's so well done. Like I had to rewind the 3 seconds over and over again, because like he gets hit, and he gets like, you see the heat vision build up, and he gets so mad, and he rips out the Kryptonian bullets, blows them up, and then like, you know, uses his super speed and gets like nose to nose with the dude who just fired, and you just feel the power and rage from him, but he doesn't do anything, and he just says very sternly, like, put your weapons down, or whatever it is, or like stop fighting, whatever it is, and it's, gives me goosebumps even talking about it. So they're doing such a great job. I highly suggest these 2 shows, and I don't know about you guys, but with the way the world is right now, and this is just going beyond personal life stuff. This is going into, I mean, obviously we're coming off of a pandemic. We're coming off of crazy storms. Like here in Los Angeles, we were so prepared for like the worst hurricane ever. Came through, we're okay. We got hit by an earthquake as well. Like everything in the world, whether it is the actual climate, whether it's the weather, whether it's, you know, our politics, everything is such a mess. So if you guys need a little break and to get like to really remember what good is and like what superheroes can be, I highly suggest these 2 Superman shows. I also yesterday went back to rewatch Blue Beetle, and officially I think Blue Beetle is my favorite superhero movie. So if you guys haven't seen Blue Beetle yet, please watch it. We just did a really aggressive spoiler nerd rage about it just this last Sunday, so make sure to watch it, watch that. If there's ever a time in our society we need superheroes, we need hope, all that kind of stuff, it's now. So follow along for our Tuesday Tuesdays, and I'll really focus on stuff that's like out there right now that's really good, that maybe, you know, I missed because of pandemic and life stuff or whatever. And if you guys have any suggestions for TV shows or comic books that you want, you know, us to read together and talk about, hey, E-Man, good to see you, buddy. I was actually kind of like wrapping up, but if you have any notes on Superman, let me know, because I've been really enjoying my adventures with Superman, as well as Superman and Lois. I'm only the first season in on that one, but I'll be catching up very soon because it's quite good. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back into just really watching shows and talking about shows. And we're going to start doing a lot more comic books, since we are going to be in a drought of video and TV show content. But I appreciate all of you who actually like come by and watch this. I know we're kind of restarting things, and we're working our way back up. And yeah, I love you nerds. And the reason I got into this, and the reason I got into this industry in general, was just because I love connecting with us fellow nerds, our tribe, you know. So stop on by, make sure to hit that subscription, or no, hit that notification bell, subscribe to our Substack. We're gonna have our newsletter come out tomorrow, every Wednesday, and we're going to start a lot more podcasts that are gonna be exclusive to our Substack. So just thank you all, beautiful people, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, and see you next week. Bye now.